Hello, dear friends. Welcome to this program, Our Moments with God, our moments with the Word of God, our moments with the love, mercy, and compassion of God, our moments also with the holy ones of God, the saints of God. And sometimes we think that the saints have appeared only after Jesus died and was risen and went up to heaven. No, there are also holy people and saints that we find in the Old Testament, the prophets, as well as others, and we shall see one of them today. And my dear friends, it is always possible for us too to aspire to be saints and to be holier people, holier than what we were yesterday and better than what we were yesterday and what we can be today, and of course not, and still better tomorrow. And I invite you also to be co-pastors with me and co-missionaries with me, co-proclaimers with me by sharing the videos with others and asking your friends to subscribe and also to write your comments below. Thank you very much. Today we find that Jesus went up to the mountain, and then he called his disciples or apostles and chose them and appointed them. And then there is a whole list of the 12 apostles, starting with Simon Peter, James and John and Bartholomew and Matthew, etc. And he gives them this mission of proclaiming the word of God, which in some way I am trying to do as well, as you know already. But you see the values that the apostles, they were chosen not because they were very virtuous people or because they were educated people or they were rich people. No, they were ordinary fishermen, but they were trained with Jesus, but also because they had their scriptures from the Old Testament which they were reading and which they were carrying out in their own lives. And that's why, going back to the Old Testament again in the first reading today, like yesterday and day before yesterday, we find very interesting story and incidents. And today we find in the first reading how Saul, with 3,000 men, an army of 3,000 people, which is quite a large number, went out in search of David. Remember, he got jealous. In yesterday's reading we found, and he wanted to kill him, though his son Jonathan went and explained to him about David, and then he was reconciled. But again, you see this jealousy and this enmity, this insecurity that we experience when we do not trust God. This comes back again and again. And now again, Saul is after David's life. So he was not sure whether he himself would be able to conquer David or kill David or take him as hostage. So he takes 3,000 men with him. So naturally there would be horses, this, that and the other with him. And they have gone in search of David. And then the reading says, then on the way he found a cave and he wanted to relieve himself. That's what the reading says. He wanted to relieve himself, so he went into the cave. But in this cave, he did not know that David and his men were already deeper inside the cave. But he goes there, and David's men come and tell David, see, now this is what the time is right for you, as the Lord had said, that I will hand over the enemy in your hand. Here is the time for you to finish off Saul. So he goes there and cuts the hem, a little bit of the hem of the mantle that Saul was wearing. And then he says, even that means he was so close to Saul that he could have killed him without Saul's knowing it. But he does not do that. You see, this is a virtue. Though he knew that Saul was after him, going to kill him, he could have now taken the revenge, or at least protected himself by finishing off Saul. But because he is been anointed by God himself, he has this sense, the good sense, that it is wrong to harm and to take somebody's life. Yes, somebody's life we also may not take. That is an extreme case. But do we also take care not to harm people? Be it out of jealousy, be it out of our insecurity, be it out of our lack of trust in God or lack of trust in people, do we also spare others? Even sparing them from gossip, sparing them from backbiting, sparing them from criticizing for no reason at all, only to protect ourselves. And we do so many other things, sometimes out of jealousy, sometimes out of insecurity, etc., as I said. But as the apostles were chosen by Jesus, God chose also David, and probably God certainly has chosen you and me also to bring about positive things in life. Do good to others as far as we can and as much as we can. And that is what pleases the Lord. I am sure you will take this opportunity and the learning from this lesson to be good to even your enemies who are after you. And if you like, you may please subscribe to this channel. Thank you.